पाहि मां शङ्कर रक्ष मां शारदे 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 पाहि मां शङ्कर रक्ष मां
हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वथा सर्वतास्माकं सन्निधिः सन्निधिं कुर्यात्। सदाशिव समारम्भां शङ्कराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम भारती करुणापात्रं भारती पदभूषणं भारती पदमारूढं भारती तीर्थमाश्रये विद्याविनय सम्पन्नं वीतराहं विवेहिनं वन्दे वेदान्त तत्त्वज्ञं विदुशेखर भारतीं सद्गुरु चरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। Hare Om. Namaskaram all. Welcome to the 32nd session of Panchadasi session. Last month, unfortunately, we had to skip the session due to the Bal Vihar's annual day celebrations. But we are so looking forward to this session, Mom. Please go ahead. And before that, yeah, wish you all a very happy New Year and a happy Vishu.
Thank you, Srini, and thank you, everybody else. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha. You all can say the first shlokam. Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambu Janmane Savilasa Mahamoha Grahagrasaika Karmane. So doing our pranams to all our gurus and the Devi Sharadamba and everybody. Start today's lecture. So usually this is the problem, that when we don't have even one class, then it becomes 2 months. So our mind is so great that I can't remember what I said in the morning, Panchadasi, I mean our other class, that's Upanishad class. So like that, after 2 months, I have no idea what we had done, but just trying to recap for myself. Maybe you all remember very well, but I can't. So we are going to recap for 57, 58 and 59. We'll chant it. Sabhumim vishvato vritva yatyatishthadashangulam vikaravarti chatrasti shruti sutra kritor vachaha niramshe api amshamaropya कृत्स्नेशे वेत्ति पृच्छतः तद्भाषयोत्तरं ब्रूते श्रुतिश्रोतृहितैषिणी सत्तत्त्वमाश्रिता शक्तिः कल्पयेत् सति विक्रिया वर्णाभित्तिगताभित्तौ चित्रं नानाविधं यथा. Now, in the 57th shloka, it was explained. See, actually 50 from 54, 55, 56, all those things, we had explained how the different examples were given from Shruti, Smruti, and how it was explained that Maya covers only a part of that Brahman. We can take it out, Srini. So Maya covers only a part of that Brahman, not the whole Brahman. We said that, that, iti tishtati dasha angulam. It goes beyond, the Brahman, the Sat goes beyond 10 inches. That means a lot. It's much more. So part of that Brahman is only touched by the Maya. The rest of it totally untouched. When you say dasha angulam, in 12 inches, 2 inches only. So only a little, 1/5 of that is a little bit, whereas it looks so big for us. The universe looks so big. It's only just a little part. Brahman is beyond, and even though Brahman itself is the word, yet Brahman is nirvikara, it is untouched. So in this one, in the 57th one, Veda Vyasji had given the statement from Sutra, from Brahma Sutra only, how this Anantakoti Brahmanda is only some insignificant part of that Brahman. So in the 58th one, See, why do we have to justify all this? Question was asked. Why does this go through all this? We all, if you tell them that's good enough, but no. So here Vidyaranyaji says that, the student gives reality to the world. We all think that the world is very, very real. That's why some people say, you say it is unreal, but if I come and give you one on your face, will it not hurt you? Of course it will hurt me, isn't it? But the meaning of how it is unreal is not understood by us as students. So because the student gives reality to the world, and the student, he accepts the world, the Dvaita Prapancha, that this Prapancha is very real and all that. So the Shruti has to answer the student in his or her own language, so that it will be convincing for the students. It's for all of our understanding that higher truth has been watered down for us to understand. Then in the next one, I hope you all remember the last thing that we did. There was a beautiful analogy that was given of a big wall. So if there is a big wall and there are some beautiful paintings, we said that, and the paintings of some forest or some man on the horse, different things are there. From far, when you see, it looks like actually there are trees and forests and all that. We feel like that. But what it is, we know it's only a wall. The bhitti, that is the wall, is the substratum. But when we look at all those pictures, the pictures become alive for us. So this Sat is like that. The Sat or Brahman or the substratum is not seen by us. We are all the paintings on that. So for us, this is more real than the wall. We all think that these paintings are real, whereas something in the back, I don't see it. No, I see only this, whatever is there. So that's how we all feel. So this is how the whole thing becomes very, very enchanting for us. So somebody was asking later on in a question answer session, how come the Lord has created like that we become, so entangled in this? Hey, that's the fun part, no? We have to keep on remembering. I pay $10, $12 to go to the movie. And if the movie doesn't have all these different, especially Indian movies, you have to have a villain, you have to have all the things, the dishum, everything has to go on. Then only, you will say that I gave the money and it was so nice, Otherwise, if the moment you go there and this is only the screen and I know this is nothing is real. So that's not the point. The point is you have to get entangled. Yeah. But the whole idea is by not getting entangled and then coming out is something great. Yeah. So when we attempt to do that itself is a great thing. So we all should pat on our back and then we should say, hey, at least I'm trying. I'm not yet there, but I know that one day I will get there because that's my intent. So this is the beauty of these great Mahatmas who have reached there already, come down to our level and give examples in our understanding, whatever we can understand, and make us realize. Yeah. So now going to the 60th shlokam today. 60. आद्यो विकार आकाशः सोऽवकाशस्वरूपवान् आकाशोऽस्तीति सत्तत्वम् आकाशेऽप्यनुगच्छति आद्यो विकार आकाशः सोऽवकाशस्वरूपवान् आकाशोऽस्तीति सत्तत्वम् akashepyanugacchati. Adyo. Adya means in the beginning. First. First vikara, first modification, first creation from that Sat. What was the first creation? Akasha, right? We all know that we have already gone through that in the first chapter. So the first creation was Akasha, the space. Now, why do we say that the first transformation is Akasha? Because it's the subtlest of all the elements. When we take all the elements, subtlest is the Akasha. So we have already seen that from subtlest one, you can't even say what is Akasha. You don't even know. It's that subtle. In Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a beautiful shloka which says, Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha. So from that Sat only first came Akasha, Adyaha. So Adya first. So it is the first vikara, first transformation. From that Sat is this Akasha. So what do you call as vikara? What is this transformation? Why from Sat suddenly you are saying Akasha? When there is a nama and rupa, there is a name and a form, then we call it as, that is the modification. Okay? The presence of name and form is the vikara, is the modification. So then, see, when we say there is a pond, there is a lake, there is ocean, your mind starts thinking, but all three are water only, no? Why are you giving that example? But why do we have different names? It's a smaller, bigger, biggest. Yeah? Or in the water, we say, the waves are all rising. So if you go there and, you are just as boring as some of us are, you just say, there is only water. Why did you say waves? Because you see the substratum so clearly. Yeah? So then you say, what is there? So the name and form, you call it as the first modification. The Sat, which doesn't have any name and form, from that, the first transformation is called as Akasha, Nama Rupa. That the Vishesha Karanam is nothing but having the Nama, the name and the form. So Brahman with the first name and form is called as Akasha. So, but what is its nature? Its nature, he says, Avakasha Swarupatvat. Its nature is Avakasha. Avakasha means it gives that space for everything to stay. So many things can be in that Akasha. That's called as Avakasha. Avakasha. So where does Akasha come from? It comes from Sat, right? Now, Sat is the cause and Akasha becomes the effect. Okay? Please keep that in mind very clearly. From Sat has come out this Akasha. So Akasha is the effect and Sat is the cause. Now, when we say Akasha, that Akasha will have whatever is the nature from where it came. Anugacchati. Anugacchati means it always, anu means follows. It follows. The nature of the cause always follows the nature of the effect. Whatever is the nature of the cause, it will also be in the effect. So, in the effect, there is the nature of the cause. Why do you say that? It says, Akashaha asti iti. What do we say? We say Akasha is. What is that isness? Isness is the existing. Right? And where did that existence come from? From that Sat. Okay. The Sat means existence, isness of anything is called as Sat. So that property comes into Akasha because it is called as, it is the effect. We say Akasha is. So that existence has followed into this vikara, into this transform, into this thing that is transformed. And therefore we are able to say Akashaha asti. The tattvam, this is the reality. Sat tattvam akashe anugacchati. In this statement, Akashaha asti, we find that Sat is entering into its effect. Yeah. So now, in the next verse, Vidyaranyaji continues this thought. So let us go to the 61 and then we will analyze both 60 and 61 together. Going to the 61. Ekasvabhava sattvatvam akasho disvabhavakaha. Ekasvabhava sattvatvam akasho dvisvabhavakaha. Navakasha sativyomni Sataishapi dvayam sthitam. Navakasha sativyomni Sachaishopi dvayam sthitam. Together. Ekasvabhava sattvatvam akasho dvisvabhavakaha. Navakasha sativyomni Sachaishopi dvayam sthitam. Okay, now it says ekasvabhavam sattattvam. We can understand that reality, that sattattva is of only one nature. There is existence, that's all. Ekasvabhava. But how about Akasha, which has come out from it? It says Akashaha dvisvabhavaha. Akasha has got two things, two nature. So one, it's its own nature of giving avakasha, that is giving space to everything. And the other is because of its karana, because of its cause, the nature of existence. So it has got two. Na avakashaha sati. Sati means in sat. In sat, you don't find that avakasha. There is no avakasha in sat. But vyomni, in the akasha, sahacha esha api. That sat svabhava and also this other svabhava of avakasha, both are dvayam sthitam. These two are there. It's very simple. So, the nature of Brahman is only existence. There is no space. But in space, there is existence and space both present. So now, we can understand that after explaining what is Maya, with respect to Brahman, Vidyaranyaji is now analyzing what is the effect of Maya. See, when we go, then you will think, why all this? But it becomes so interesting. So first, in the beginning, we don't say anything. We just say it as though this is all fact. But then suddenly there is a twist and you go, what? I slept off during that time. So you have to be very alert. So Now, through the analysis of the Maya Karya means the effect of Maya, then and Sat, whatever we are analyzing, he shows that Maya Karya, the effect of Maya is only false. Mithyatva. Mithya means not true. So when we say the effect of Maya, we are talking about all the 5 elements, remember. So he will go one by one. So Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi, all these 5 will come. So presently, he's just taking up only Akasha. So in a very casual way, he's taking up the analysis, but you will find that suddenly, how did we, I never said that, you will say like that. But you said it right now. Okay, so we'll come to that. So the first element which comes here from Sat is the Akasha. Akasha has got the property of giving avakasha, giving space. So its nature is giving space and it provides accommodation. It permits things to exist in it. This is its property. Also, it is existing. So the space is. So isness is also there in Akasha. So accommodativeness or spaciousness of the space and the easiness are the 2 properties of the space. But if you take existence has only nothing. It doesn't have the spaciousness. Why? Because the space is only a product. Karya. So you all should know this. Karya means that which is the effect. Karana, we all know, is the cause. The cause and the effect. So the space is only a Karya. Space being the Karya, the effect, the Karya's property cannot be in the Karana. The Karana's property only is in the Karya. You can just think of existence as top. From there, the Akasha has come. So whatever is the mother, the Karana, has got the property, the kid also will have like that. So now, because the superimposed, whatever is superimposed, that's Akasha, is not real. So it has only come from the Karana. So now, having said this, now the Akasha possesses 2 properties, whereas the existence, the Sat has only 1 property. But there is a little more complication. What complication? We go to the 32nd verse now. So no, 62nd verse. So how did 30 come? I don't know. Don't ask me. Okay. Yadva pratidhvanir vyomno guno nasau satikshate. Yadva pratidhvanir vyomno guno nasau satikshate. Vyomnidvau sadhvani tena sadekam dvigunam viyat. Vyomnidvau sadhvani tena sadekam dvigunam viyat. Yadva pratidhvanir vyomno guno nasau satikshate. Vyomnidvau sadhvani tena sadekam dvigunam viyat. Now, he is giving one more meaning. Yadva. Yadva means in another way. So when we analyze this in another way, okay, you can come to the 2-fold property of Akasha in some other way also. How? Remember, when discussing the property of each element, hope you all remember, What was the property of the space? It was the space has sound. Hope you all remember. Space is the one with the sound, pratidhvani it is called. So, because pratidhvani, it's not dhvani but pratidhvani, as though echo, the same word as pratidhvani. Because it has to come to the ears through the vayu only. That's why it's called as pratidhvani. It has to hit something and then it comes back. So it's called as pratidhvani. So then this is the second another property of akasha. So now pratidhvani vyomnaha gunaha. The property of akasha, in the first one we said it gives avakasha, it gives space to everything. But the other property that we all know is the sound of pratidhvani. Na asau sati ikshyate. So this pratidhvani is not seen in sat also. Therefore, vyomni, in akasha, dvau, there are two. What are the two properties? One is that of the sat, isness, and the other one is sound. At that time, we just analyzed it from giving the avakasha. Now we are analyzing as having the sound. Now, tena karanena, tena means because of this reason, sat ekam, there is only one property in sat, which is existence. Dvigunam viyat, akasha has two properties. The same thing, just now what we said in the 61st verse, we just are repeating this. So now, this is how it's very, very easily these things are given to us. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely. I can understand very well. There is no difficult. This is not at all difficult, auntie. No, don't think like that. We are all very intelligent people. So we think like that. So now, having said that, now we come to the question. What question is there? There is no question. For me, there is no question. Now, this question is very interesting. So, we are saying that existence is there in space. Space is. Meaning, existence is a property of space. Okay? Are you all with me? Okay. Now, the question is space in existence or existence in space? Okay. So, in other words, what does this mean? It means, is existence the nature of akasha, dharma of akasha, that which possesses the dharma, that nature is called as dharmi. That is the boss. Yeah? Dharmi is the one which possesses. That is the boss. And then dharma is its nature. Now, is akasha the possessor? Or akasha, that is the dharmi, possessing the existence, or is sat the dharmi? What possesses what? Because once the akasha is created, then you can talk of the possessor, the dharma, dharmi, etc. With respect to sat, okay, that is that sat, that Brahman, possessing the Maya Shakti, akasha came about. Now, once the akasha has come about, we can talk about dharma and dharmi. What came from what? The question is akasha the dharmi? Because we say akasha exists. Akasha has sound. We say like that, no? Akasha has existence. Similarly, we also say that space has exist. I mean, we talk like that. Now, when you say space has existence, automatically making space the possessor. Dharmi. And existence is the possessed is the dharma. Is this right? Does it sound right? Ayyo. From something else came, and then now that became the boss. Okay, this is like all our day-to-day experiences. Yeah. So now, if we say that the space has got existence, we are making the space the base, and existence that is possessed. Now, whereas we have already studied that it is from existence that the space has come. So, space exists in existence. Not that existence is possessed only by space. Isn't it? If we say space has got existence, what happens? The space will have become the possessor and the existence will become the possessed of space. But which fact is right? Because existence is not only in space, existence is everywhere else also. Okay, see, now we say, I have a red notebook. The redness in the notebook belongs to that particular object. Isn't it? We cannot say that the notebook is the possessor of red color. Okay. We cannot say that the notebook is, possessed by red color. So, a simple concept, that the cause cannot be possessed by the effect. The karana, the cause, cannot be possessed by the effect. Are you all with me? Okay. So, now, but only the karya, the effect alone can be possessed by karana. Okay. So, the perception of existence being possessed by space, even though we are seeing it, we are seeing as though it is the property of space, still that, that demands a little bit of rethinking. We have to really rethink. No, this is only a cause. So, it's kind of an imagination, kind of a perceptive illusion. And what is seen is that the existence is there, but what is the fact that space is there in existence? So the fact is that the space is there in existence. Therefore, there is an illusion happening with respect to dharma dharmi, possessor possessed. Once having come, the Akasha thinks, I have existence. Yeah. So it becomes that I am the possessor of the existence. This is the problem. This is, such illusions are quite okay because it is the power of Maya. Okay. What does Maya do? It just completely changes all that we know, whatever we know. So now, this is what now slowly and slowly, he will remove this kind of idea from our mind. Because, see, we don't even think all this. He puts the problem into our mind. I never thought of this. Why are you unnecessarily confusing me? I never got confused. Yeah, it came from there, that's all. But now he is saying, what is the boss? What is the possessed? Yeah. So then that confusion comes. So then let us go to the next verse and then we'll see if it becomes clearer or not. The answer. So verse number 62. No, sorry, 63, right? It is 63. Huh? We go to 63. Ya Shakti Kalpaye Vyoma Sa Sadvyom Nora Bhinnatam. Ya Shakti Kalpaye Vyoma Sa Sadvyom Nora Bhinnatam. Apadya Dharma Dharmitvam Vyatyaye Navakalpayet. Apadya Dharma Dharmitvam Vyatyaye Navakalpayet. Together. Ya Shakti Kalpayet Vyoma Sa Sadvyom Nora Bhinnatam. Apadya Dharma Dharmitvam Vyatyaye Navakalpayet. What is he saying now? Let us see. You can take it off. Ya Shakti. That Shakti. Which Shakti are we talking about? Maya Shakti. Okay. Maya Shakti. Kalpayet Vyoma. Which projects this Akasha. That Maya Shakti, which projects this Akasha. That Maya Shakti. So what is the first creation? The first creation was Akasha. So, Tasmadva etasmad atman akasha sambhutaha. It was said like that. So, the first creation is Akasha. And that is done by Maya Shakti. Ya Shakti kalpayed Vyoma. So, now, where does it project this Vyoma? This Akasha, where does it project? It projects the Vyoma in Sat only. On Sat only. There is nothing else. Like that, remember that wall, on that wall only the pictures were. So, Ya Shakti is Sati Vyoma Kalpayet. Okay, that Shakti which projects the Akasha in that, that Shakti which projects it in the Sat only, in the existence. That very Shakti, then in that pure Brahman, which is pure existence, which is Satchit Ananda Swarupa, we have talked about it so much, which is Akhanda, which just goes on and on and on, which is without any Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Svagata, Bheda, nothing is that we have gone through all this, that immaculate existence, in that it is able to project this inert space completely. Who is that? That Shakti, Maya Shakti. It can do that, but it can do that and also it can do a little more. What more can it do? It can create in that pure existence, in this Akasha, it can create more things also. It's very capable. Okay. That Maya, Sat Vyomno, between Akasha and Sat, Abhinnatam Apadya. Abhinnata. Bhinna means different. Abhinnata means sameness, opposite of that. So, abhinnata, tadatmya means, that oneness. It creates a sense of oneness. It creates a sense of identity. Like how we said, the red notebook. In the same way, it creates this kind of a thought existent space. Okay. Now, this dharma dharmi, the possessor and the possessed, they have a relationship of this tadatmya, of identity, oneness, coming together. Now, after creating Akasha, what does the Maya do? It creates some more illusions. Doesn't stop with that. What is that illusion? It makes us feel as though that existence is the property of the created substance. Right? So, but what is the fact? The fact is that Akasha belongs to Sat, but now we are saying Sat belongs to Akasha. That which was the original becomes the possessed. Because once you say that it is a property or dharma, dharma will always belong to the dharmi, the possessor. The red color of the notebook was only a dharma. That was only the possessed. It will belong to the notebook. After creating Akasha and superimposing on Sat, rather than making us feel that Akasha belongs to Sat, it makes us feel that Sat belongs to Akasha. Who has done that? Miss Maya. That Maya Shakti has done that. So, now, Sat is we feel like Sat is there in Akasha. Sat belongs to Akasha. Sat is the property of Akasha. We feel like that. So, like how sound and spaciousness belong to Akasha, we are saying Sat also belongs to Akasha. We start saying like that. Okay. Sat vyomnot abhinnatam apadya. It creates a sense of identity. Dharma dharmitvam vyatyaya means making the Sat as the dharma and the Akasha as the dharmi. Akasha is the possessor and the Sat is the possessed. So then it is the other way around, right? So it should be Akasha is the possessed by Sat, but we feel that Sat is possessed by Akasha. So in ignorance, Sat is the dharma and then the dharmi is the Akasha. In knowledge, when the knowledge dawns, then we know that Sat is the actual, dharmi, the possessor, and the Akasha is the dharma, the possessed. Dharma dharmitvam vyatyayena. Vyatyayena means it totally reverses. It reverses the order. Avakalpayet. It, imagines or projects. How does it do this? He is now trying to explain everything. Already he has confused us. Now, by explaining, he confuses us more. Okay. So now next one is supposed to be explaining what he has confused. Okay. So let us see. Okay. So 64th shloka. Hope you are all following what I'm saying. 64. Sato vyomavattvam apannam vyomna sattam tu laukikaha. Sato vyomattvam apannam vyomna sattam tu laukikaha. Tarkikascha Mayaya uchitam hitat. Tarkikascha Mayaya uchitam hitat. Together. Sato vyomattvam vyomna sattam tu laukikaha. Tarkikascha vagachanti Mayaya uchitam hi tat. So now, what is the fact? Can take it out. The fact, sataha vyomatvam apanam. For sat, which is the possessor, vyomatvam is there. The space belongs to sat. This is the right knowledge. Laukikaha. Laukikaha means what? Those who are worldly people. Those who are worldly people who don't have any Shastra Jnanam, who don't go to that Shastra Jnana. See, now, how did we start this entire thing? We started with that Shastra Jnana, that Sadeva Saumya idam Asit. I hope you all remember. Right? Sat alone was there in the beginning. That is from the, it is a quote, right, from the Shastra. So people, the worldly people who don't have any Shastra Jnana Rahitaha, they only have the recourse to what they perceive, what they see. So they can't think more than that. I see that the earth is flat, so it is flat. Yeah. I see that the sky is blue. That's it. I see that the sun is rising on the east and setting on the west. All this. I see this. So I believe that. So Laukikaha means those who do not give a thought but just accept whatever is being perceived by their sense organs. Laukikaha. So what do these Laukikas feel? Vyomnaha sattam tu Laukikaha. That the Akasha is the possessor and it possesses Sat. Okay? All the Laukikas feel like that. And Tarkikaha. Now, Tarkika are those Nayayikas, no? That's who is trying to refute. Those who don't go by the Shruti, those who don't believe in Shruti, they say, no, we don't believe in that. They are called Tarka. They only believe in logic. You remember that's what we have been saying, that he's trying to disprove these two things to him, to them. So Tarkikaha. So Laukikaha, we can understand they are simple people. What they see, they just are saying that space exists. There is a property of existence in space. But see, these Tarkikaha, those who they only use logic. If they use Shastra for vichara, for understanding, then you know Sadeva Saumya Agra Asit. They would have known it, but they don't believe in that. No. All that is not good. So when you don't believe in that, they do not take recourse to Shastra. They only believe in Tarka. Then Tarka once, it works only by the inputs which are gained by the senses. First you see and then you start, using all the Tarka, all the logic. So the logic will only validate what is being perceived. Okay. So the Laukikaha and Tarkikaha means all these people who are worldly people and those who are not believing in Shastra, those people, avagachanti, they understand this opposite way. They understand like this. So, mayaya uchitam hi tat. Why does this happen? I don't know why it happens. Mayaya uchitam hi tat means what? This is perfectly fine because this is the power of Maya. Maya does all kinds of things. We have seen in one of the explanation of Maya, we have seen aghatita ghatana patiyasi Maya. It makes the impossible possible. Such a nice thing. We shouldn't forget that. Aghatita ghatana patiyasi Maya. That which is impossible to think about, it makes us believe in that. That's why it's called as Maya. The children, when our children were small, they used to say, what kind of an explanation is that word Maya? How do you explain Maya? Ya ma sa Maya, right? What? Ya ma, that which is not, is called Maya. So it just makes you see that what it is not. There is nothing like that, but we believe it like that. That's called as Maya. So he says, this befits Maya. Because Maya is like that, That's why it makes us feel the opposite way. Viparita kalpana, that is the opposite thought comes. This is called Brahma. Brahma means, you don't know what is right. So this is what the Tarkikas and the Laukikas, they all believe in that. Okay. Ayo. So now what should we do? Is there any time for one more shlokam? Okay, one more shlokam will take. 65th shlokam will take. I didn't know how much we'll be able to cover. Yadyatha vartate tasya tatha tvam bhati manataha. Yadyatha vartate tasya tatha tvam bhati manataha. Anyatha tvam भ्रमेणेति, sorry. Anyatha tvam भ्रमेणेति न्यायोऽयं सार्वलौकिकः. Anyatha tvam भ्रमेणेति न्यायोऽयं सर्वलौकिकः. Together. Yadyatha vartate tasya तथा त्वं भाति मानतः अन्यथा त्वं भ्रमेणेति न्यायोऽयं सार्वलौकिकः. यद्यथा वर्तते, yad, the object as it is, yatha vartate, as it is, that object as it is, tasya, of that thing, tatha tvam, means its exact nature. Object as it exists, its exact nature, manataha bhati, pramanataha. Pramanataha means it is established with the right means of knowledge, and object can be understood, can be recognized. We all know that. Hope we all remember there are 6 means of knowledge. Long, once upon a time we have done pratyaksha pramana. Next one is Anumana, Upamana. I thought only Upma. No, Upamana. And then Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi. And then the 6th one is Shabda. So these are all the different kinds of means of knowledge. So using these means of knowledge, when you see something, its right nature is perceived as it is. So this is called as prama. The exact nature of the object will be understood. The correct knowledge is called prama. The correct knowledge, prama, is understood when you use these 6 means of knowledge. But then, anyathatvam bhramena. But the otherness comes because of the bhrama. Bhrama means delusion. Correct. Yeah. So Brahma. So, by pramana, the exact nature is understood. By Brahma, delusion, contrary knowledge. So now we can conclude. That means Maya creates that Brahma. Yeah? So Maya is the culprit. Iti nyaya. This is the rule. Okay? The rule is that when you use the right pramana, you will get the right knowledge. Otherwise, Maya will create all kinds of Brahma. Sarvalaukikaha. This is everybody accepts this, that these 6 means of knowledge has to be used. So this is said because Shruti is the pramana for this. For each one, it is a different pramana. Where we don't know anything, only Shruti can tell us, only the Shastra can tell us. Just because I said it, you cannot, tomorrow I'll come and say something else. So will you take it like that? No, but she is from Chinmaya mission. No, I will take it. No, whatever Shruti says, we have to take it. If you do not use pramana of the Shruti, it will appear that Akasha has got existence. So then in the dark, with the flashlight, without the flashlight, the rope will definitely look like a like a snake only. Yeah. And naturally, the pramana gives the right knowledge. When I have the flashlight and I look, and I say, yo, it is that. Huh? So now, but the absence of pramana, Brahma comes. Huh? So the Tarkikas have not used pramana, whereas we are using the proper pramana. So the Advaitin here has no problem in saying that existence provides Akasha. Okay, there is pervades Akasha. There is nothing wrong in saying existence is pervading the Akasha. No problem. If you use Shruti, you will get the right knowledge. That's what even the next shlokam is saying that. Okay, I think we'll have to do that next time, or let us do it one more so that we'll finish that whole thought. Okay, 66th one. Evam shruti vicharat. Sorry. Evam shruti vicharat prak yatha yadvastu bhasate. Evam shruti vicharat prak yatha yadvastu bhasate. Vicharena viparyeti tatastachintyatam viyat. Vicharena viparyeti tatastachintyatam viyat. Evam shruti vicharat prak yatha yadvastu bhasate. Vicharena viparyeti tatastachintyatam viyat. So now he is just saying a little more thing, evam, in this way. Even though you are seeing now that Akasha is existence, and therefore Akasha looks to be the substratum, the Adhara, and existence looks like its Adheya, that which is in Adhara. Still, because Shruti is the Pramana, therefore, evam, in this way, we have to understand, Shruti vicharat prak. Before applying the Shruti for inquiry, before applying that Sadeva Saumyedam Agra Asid, before that, Yatha Yad Vastu Bhasate, the way the things appear, as now we say that Akasha appears to be the substratum, in which Sat appears to be that which is superimposed on that. But then Vicharena, if you do the Shruti Pramana Vichara, if you do the right Vichara, if you understand by the statement, Sadeva Saumyaidam Agra Asid, Ekameva Advitiyam. That Shruti Vichara, when we do, then we understand that Sat is the Karana, and from Sat has come this Akasha. That's what we can understand. If you do the Vichara, all these things can come. Remember, Evam Viparya Iti. Then whatever you have seen before, even though it looks right, but then it won't bother you. You will change. Meaning your perception will be corrected by Vichara. When you do Vichara, it will become all right. By Pratyaksha, you are seeing that existence is the Dharma and the Akasha is the Dharmi. That's what it looks like. To see, it looks like that. But by perception, what you are seeing, that Akasha is the Adhara, but that's what we have to know. It looks like that, and Sat is the Adheya. But when you apply that Shruti, then it changes. Then what are you going to say? Therefore, what are you going to do? Tat Viyat Chintyatam. Think about the Akasha in this manner. That Sat is the Karana and Viyat is the Karya. Sat is the cause and Viyat is the effect. In this way, you have to think properly. Then it will be established that Karana is the Adhara and Karya is the Adeya. So this is the logic that he's bringing, and it looks like it's just going on and on. No, when will it finish? It will finish. Okay, don't worry. So at some point it will finish. That's why I took so many shlokas today, so that at least somewhere we come to the point. Otherwise, it just goes on and on. A long thing. He must be really liking all that. There are all these people surrounding him who are all, oh, yeah, right. They must all be going on. For us, in this teenage, in this kind of an age, we just want only 2 shlokas. Okay, you say this and then you say, no, this is not it. No, here everything, it keeps on going on and on and on. Okay, so many shlokas we have done today. You can read the meaning or understand the meaning of that. They all are saying only this, that even though Akasha has come from Sat, because we say that Akasha exists, we think that existence has come from Akasha. Akasha is the main thing. From that, existence has come. No, it's not true. Simple. Well, we could have finished it at 5:01. But for that 1 whole hour and so many shlokas, but that's the way the fun begins. Okay? All right. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyam Amritat Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you so much, Mami. Again, as you said, I think when we started off with Ekam Eva Advitiyam Brahman, that itself is enough. But if ignorance is a bliss at some level, if we can just say accept it is good. I think the concept of this whole book itself is saying, as you rightly said, it's not accepting, it's for us to go back, read, understand, and really feel it internally. Once we start doing it, all these questions start coming up. Right? He said with the Vaisheshika in the previous versions, he talked about saying that Atman or the Sat is the only truth. There is nothing else there. And when they said, why can't Akasha be the one? He explains clearly saying Akasha cannot be. And he does that arguments about very clearly saying why Akasha cannot be, because it's not their truth. And he can assume that why it is not with logic. Now he comes back and says that, well, if Akasha and Sat are there, why can't it be Akasha and Sat? The other way he brings up. So all these questions, once we start really contemplating internally, these things make a lot more subtle sense, right? Subtle things on this are very important on that. But in some way, it is easier to say, yes, we believe you. Accept, please let me go.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
a sentence.
All right, yeah.
So,
So why waste your time on all this? But then, this is what they take pride in, how to bring about the meaning of all the scriptures and how they are all so important. Otherwise, we don't even know what the treasure we have in our, in our possessions.
I mean, also the thing is, it's even within the Advaita and Dvaita philosophy itself, these things become important. Because we are very, very interesting. I think it gets very subtle once we get into that. So it's interesting to some level, but in one level, if you are completely ignorant, it's easy. If you know everything, also it is easy. So in between people like us, we are trying to understand.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mami. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Yeah. Again, Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, Mami. And everyone, if there are any questions, please send it to panchadashi@svbfnorth.org. We will get those routed to Mami and get it answered in the next sessions. Thank you all.
Happy New Year to all, those who have.
Mangalam Guru Shri Chandramaulishwar ke Shakti Ganapati Sharadambige Shankaracharya ke Shakti शक्ति गणपति महागणपति शारदाम्बिके काल भैरवर के काली दुर्गै के वीर धीर शूर हनुम मारुति चरणतिर्के मल्लिकार्जुनर के செல்வ ஜனார்தனர்க்கே அம்பா பவானி கம்பத கணபதி சண்டி சாமுண்டிக்கே ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ண பகவானுக்கே ஸ்ரீ சக்கரவாசினிக்கே சீதாராம லக்ஷ்மண சகித மாருதி சரணத்திற்கே வித்யாரண்யருக்கே विद्याशंकर के वागीश्वरी के वज्रदेग गरुड़ आंजनेयर के श्रीवल्ली देव सेना समेत सुब्रमण्यर के तुंगभद्रै के श्रृंगनिवासिनी के श्रृंगेरी पुरिயில் நிலைத்திருக்கும் எங்கள் சாரதாம்பிகைக்கே सच्चिदानंद शिव अभिनव नृसिंह भारती के श्री चंद्रशेखर भारती गुरु सार्वभौमर के श्री चंद्रशेखर भारती गुरु विद्यातीर्थर के श्री चंद्रशेखर भारती गुरु भारती तीर्थर के श्री चंद्रशेखर भारती गुरु विदुशेखर भारती के मंगलम गुरु श्री चंद्रमौलीश्वर के शक्ति गणपति शारदाम्बिक शंकराचार्यर के शक्ति गणपति महागणपति शारदाம்பிகை के श्रृंगेरी पुरिயில் நிறைந்திருக்கும் எங்கள் சாரதாம்பிகைக்கே